Well, good morning. We're here with head coach Luke Strand. Luke, first of all, had a weekend off for the guys at least, and did you feel that it was important for the guys to get that rest and come back ready to roll here at home against Bowling Green?
Yeah, twofold. When you're playing your rhythm, you want to keep your playing, but physically, mentally, it was kind of a good moment to eject. They got to spend some family time. There's for sure. We got enough practice reps in, I think, to keep sharp. At the same time, got some guys just some well earned downtime that I think would get them back into shape. And on the other side of it, just guys got to spend some family time, and then I know the crew that stuck around here tried to create Thanksgiving. It was probably more Charlie Brown Thanksgiving than it was human Thanksgiving.
You get a chance to play a Bowling Green team that you split with last year and played last week against Michigan Tech. What's the early scouting report on Bowling Green? They win a lot of face-offs. They take some penalties as well.
Yeah, they play very hard, so I think that probably adds to their penalty factor. Dennis is a good coach. He's going to have his group. They play the right way. They play connected. They've had good goaltending. To come out of a new coach and you keep your whole collective group together, that says a lot about the guys that are in that room and on their program. It says a lot about their coaching staff to keep that glued together. So I just think they're going to be a very formidable opponent with tons of experience on their side. They've had success, so guards up because here they come. They're going to come through the door hard.
Open it up for questions. I have Kevin Dudley.
Hey Luke, I know that injuries have been something that throughout that first stretch there were kind of hard at times to deal with. Just an update on how you are coming out. I know we saw some guys get back on the ice just before the off week, but not as many of those orange jerseys out there at this point yesterday. And do you have anybody unavailable still at this point?
Yeah, we've got a couple, but I do think the guys that had been out, the Finn Williams, the Bolsons, that crew, have made their way back in and pretty successfully as far as, the on week. I think the Tech week gave them live bullets to go through, and then the off week got a opportunity to just gather their thoughts after putting themselves back in the lineup. We're still short. I mean, we've got a few guys out with sickness and injury here that have been in and out of the lineup, guys that I think are very crucial to our glue around here. So hopefully by Friday, but I wouldn't count on a whole healthy lineup yet. We're not there.
Coach, how important? Obviously, people in the media and the fans knew that Tracy had played, all the games. Was the break even more important for him, or was he at a point where, with the rhythm, and we've talked in the past with the guys coming out of junior stuff like that, they play so many games. Two back to back isn't that big of a deal. But how crucial was the break to him?
Yeah, he's. Goalies in general, when they find their spot in the crease, they want to keep rolling. He's, if I asked him to come out, he'd come after me, and if he's just that guy. He wants the net, and I don't blame him. The competition internally with those guys is awesome, as is their camaraderie and friendship to one another and competitiveness. But yeah, it was important. I think maybe just it's hard to stay on guard when you're the goaltender that long. So for him to find that, he's probably heartbroken about his Bears, but that's probably about the only breaking he's got going on.
The fact that you're home the next 2 weekends before the break, but given where you're at in the conference standings right now, I know you're taking it one game at a time. But again, from a fan's perspective, these two next weekends, you could really put yourself in a pretty sweet spot going into 2025.
Yeah, it's fortunate. I think this come out of break and you're at home. We've had our moments, I think, where we haven't taken advantage of situations like that. So it's going to be a good test of our leadership and maturity where we got to. Doesn't matter the opponent. It could, Bowling Green is talented. Lake is talented. But they're conference games. You got to get your points. You got to get your percentages. Maybe the best way to say it, I guess, that we take care of business when it's at your hand. And so it's great to have the break. The unfortunate part about the break came when we kind of had a really good rhythm of things going.
In terms of the number of weeks you played in a row, do you have kind of a theory on where the diminishing returns is? Is it 6 weeks in a row, 7 weeks in a row, 8 weeks in a row? I mean, is there a number where it's like, yeah, we do feel like it's very beneficial to get it, and do you feel like it's safe to say you were at that point ahead of this break?
I think it probably depends on your health and your group. And um, I guess if I could find a sweet spot, maybe the 6 week time would be a good time. Play 12 in a row and then get a break. You don't always have that luxury. We get some flexibility in our schedule when we can pick a break, but you can make a wish list. I don't know if your wish list always comes true in every scenario. So for us, it fell in an important time too. I think just the guys have been here. They've been dialed. They've got academics, coming down the pipe as far as finals and things like that. So for us to catch a little bit of a break, proud of the guys. They did their study and we had study hall here at the rink. They're around. So I just think it gave us a chance to get like mental, physical, emotional, and get back in check and be able to run through the door. The other part about playing that many games in a row, Kev, and to your point about health, guys have had some good opportunity here along the way to jump in and show things, and all of those reps and all of those opportunities hopefully will show up later for our team depth as we keep going on.
Any other questions for Luke? All right. Well, appreciate the time, Coach. Best of luck this weekend at home.